Hello, and thank you for watching the Sports Detective Show on YouTube. My name is James Williams, and today we are going to be talking about Tetris because apparently Tetris was an unbeatable game, and apparently a 13-year-old kid in Oklahoma became the first person ever to beat the game. Yes, this story is true. Let's go ahead and I'll share the screen. I've read a few articles about this, so I'll kind of fill in more details about this article and the kid that did it as we go along here. Hold on, let me scroll up to the top of this article here. We'll read the title first if it loads. Oklahoma teenager finally defeats the unbeatable game Tetris. As you can see there, there's a link to a video. A 13-year-old from Oklahoma appears to have finally done nearly the impossible. He beat Tetris. Willis Gibson is believed to be the first human gamer ever to reach level 157 of the classic video game nearly 40 years after its release. So, a little bit of context there. So, basically, when they made the game like so many years ago, like 40 years ago or whatever, it's like the person that made it, the programmer, they basically built out the program for Tetris and they only built it out like so far, but they built it out like to level 157 as it says right there, and just no one had ever gotten that far, so it was never like an issue with the game ever where like people just kept getting to the end and like doing it, and it's like, well, what now? Because like it was so far out, just no person had ever done it. Now there had been computers or AI or something that they had like programmed to like play Tetris and they beat it, but no like physical human um like had ever done it. And you might say like, well, how do you know that for sure? Well, they do have like Tetris competitions, which I found out from reading all these articles about this. And apparently this kid like competed in one in like October, and like I don't know if it was like the world championships or the US championships or whatever, but he got like third place in it. Um but yeah, that's just kind of a little bit of thing here. And then when you win, it's like basically like the screen like freezes because like the program won't go anymore. Like you like the program crashes basically or freezes. And that's basically what happened here in this video. I'm not going to show the video because the kid basically hyperventilates when he does it. It's kind of uncomfortable to watch. I'm going to pass out. I can't feel my fingers, Gibson said after his feet caused the game to crash in a video posted on YouTube Tuesday. Um, when I started this game, I never expected to crash or beat it. He wrote, yeah, it took him like 38 minutes, as it says here. His name is Blue Scooty, if you want to check it out. But yeah, and then it does like here's like this isn't the screen here, but usually it like taps out at that final score of the 99999. Um, but yeah, man, that's basically kind of why I wanted to share it and talk about it. Is I used to play Tetris. I had a fun time playing Tetris. I never know it could be broken, and I was just kind of thinking for like the as someone that has like played their fair share of video games. Now, I wouldn't consider myself like a gamer at all. I really don't play much video games. I'm probably just gonna whenever the new NCAA football game comes out, that'll probably be the next game I play. It might be the last game I ever play, honestly. Just not something that interests me in that way. Um, but like I know the feeling of like when you defeat a video game and it's like just finally over. And it's like there's nothing that beats that feeling of doing it for the first time. Whether it's like a Pokemon, whether it's like a war game or something like that. Um, or even like I'll play like Madden or 2K or something. It's like if you do the franchise mode and you win the championship, like there's no feeling of like doing that for like the first time. And I just kind of wonder with something like this, not now with those games like that I just kind of said, like those games have like more variables to them. You can do it in a different way. You can do it, in like millions of different ways. Now, I guess you technically could with Tetris, but Tetris seems like it's more like algorithmic. It's more like read and react, maybe mathematical in a way. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand how to beat it, but I just kind of wonder for this kid, like, is he just like, is he still like? I read another article. He plays like Tetris 1 to 3 hours a day. Do you just keep doing it and then you just become like this Tetris god or whatever? Or like from this accomplishment, you gain so much clout, popularity. Do you kind of like use that? Do you channel that, and do you try to explore other kind of gaming stuff and e-gaming stuff? I have no idea. Do you still have that same love for Tetris that you did? Do you try and keep beating it? I really don't like because it's probably like insanely hard to do it. I don't think after you do it once, you can just do it every day. It's like maybe if even if that kid tried for another 10 years, maybe he wouldn't do it again. Um, but yeah, just kind of a very interesting story here. Shout out to that kid. Congrats on doing the impossible. Um, I also think I read too that after he did it, some other people like did it afterwards, which kind of reminded me of like the 4 minute mile when Roger Bannister finally broke the 4 minute mile mark. That like after he did that, like he did the impossible. Um, After he did it, basically a bunch of other people started doing it, and now it's like a regular thing to run other under 4 minutes. No idea if Tetris is going to be like that now. Um, don't know if I care, but still, just thought this is a pretty cool story, cool accomplishment. Shout out to that kid. Keep up the good work, man, and hopefully you keep being successful, man. You've accomplished more in 13 years than most people do, you know, in like their adult lives. So that's going to do it for the video here today. If you like this video, I don't usually talk about gaming. I usually talk about sports and stuff, but I like to talk about stories that are fun and interest me. Been doing this for a few years now, just finally now starting to put clips like this onto YouTube. So if you enjoy this, hit that like button. If you enjoy me, listening to me, looking at me, content, subscribe. It helps support the show. So yeah, thank you for listening. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll talk to you next time.